Counting on Jana Duggar put sister Jinger in tears. Counting on alum Jinger Duggar Vuolo recently shared photos from her sister Jana's wedding, adding that she spent some time with her family in Arkansas during her stay. Many family members have already expressed how happy they are for Jana and Stephen Wisman. However, Jinger recently opened up in her podcast episode about how impactful Jana's wedding was for her. Keep reading to see her emotional clip. Counting on, Jinger Duggar shares OG production crew at Jana's wedding. Jinger recently took to Instagram to share pictures from Jana and Stephen's wedding. According to the Counting on alum, she had a great time in Arkansas with her family. She added that they had so many delicious foods and reunited with some of her friends. But what caught the attention of many was some of Jinger's photos with the crew they worked with during the show. Some said it shows their strong relationship even after the TLC cancellation. Meanwhile, a lot of fans can't get enough of how beautiful Jana's wedding dress was. Jana put sister Jinger in tears in an Instagram post. Jinger shared a clip from her latest podcast episode with Jeremy. According to the Counting on alum, Jana's wedding means so much to her, adding that she keeps crying every time they talk about it. Jinger Duggar Vuolo then explained that her oldest sister had such a sweet attitude even with all of them getting married, showing so much support in all of the nuptials. Due to this, Jinger is glad she was able to support Jana in her own wedding. You can tell Jinger has such a sweet heart, and it's so nice to see her love and happiness for Jana's happiness. I'd love you to have Jana on the show and talk with her about how she managed the waiting, but also how she fell in love and married Stephen. I'm so happy for Jana. She waited for God, and she is a blessed woman for doing it. I agree every word, and I've been thinking that every time that a Duggar daughter married. What a great journey has prepared the Lord for each one of us. Congrats, Jana. All the best for you and your husband. You are such an humble woman. Counting on. Jinger Duggar shares new beach trip with Jeremy Vuolo. Aside from celebrating her sister's wedding, Jinger also took to Instagram to share a new clip from her beach trip with Jeremy. The Counting on alums have been busy over the past few days renovating their new Los Angeles home. They moved last July to a home previously owned by the Masters University and Seminary, where Jeremy is a pastor. There's nothing better than a sunset at the beach with a Jeremy_Vuolo, Jinger Duggar Vuolo captioned. The sweet clip also received positive comments from fans, saying they're a gorgeous couple. I'm so happy for you. Gorgeous couple. At Jinger Vuolo couple goals. This is simply a God-given gift of beauty to see. If you are looking for more Duggar family news, come back to TV shows Ace for all your updates. The Duggar family, known for their reality show, Counting On, has always been a fixture of public interest. With their strong faith, close-knit family dynamics, and highly publicized way of life, fans have followed the ups and downs of the Duggar siblings for years. Amidst all the drama and love, one moment between Jana and Jinger Duggar recently grabbed attention and left fans talking, an emotional exchange that reportedly left Jinger in tears. Jana Duggar, the steadfast sister Jana Duggar, the eldest daughter of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, has often been referred to as the family's pillar of support. At 35, she remains unmarried and still lives at home, assisting in raising her younger siblings and maintaining the household. Jana has long been admired for her sense of duty, her nurturing spirit, and her commitment to the values she was raised with. Many have labeled her as the second mom of the family, given the enormous responsibility she's taken on since her teenage years. Despite this, Jana's personal life has been a topic of concern and curiosity. Fans and critics alike have speculated on why she hasn't yet gotten married or pursued a life outside of the Duggar household. While some have wondered if Jana feels stuck in her role or even pressured by her family's conservative beliefs, she has always brushed off such comments, maintaining that she's content waiting for the right time and person. Jinger Duggar, a sister breaking the mold. In contrast, Jinger Duggar has taken a different path from the family's traditional way of life. After marrying former professional soccer player Jeremy Vuolo in 2016, Jinger moved away from the family's home base in Arkansas to start her life in Los Angeles, California. Known for her adventurous spirit and love for fashion, Jinger has embraced a lifestyle that challenges many of the values she grew up with. While the Duggar family is known for their conservative views on modesty, media consumption, and gender roles, Jinger has chosen to carve out her own identity. Her wardrobe has transformed from the modest dresses and skirts that the Duggar girls once wore into a more modern, trendy style. Jinger also publicly listens to secular music, watches movies that were once considered inappropriate in her family's home, and is even rumored to have questioned some of the rigid teachings of her upbringing. As Jinger continues to distance herself from the Duggar family's beliefs, it's clear that this newfound freedom and independence have caused tension between her and some of her siblings, especially Jana, with whom she was once inseparable. The confrontation, Jana's words that brought Jinger to tears, the moment that left Jinger in tears, reportedly stemmed from a heartfelt but difficult conversation between the two sisters. According to close sources, Jana had been holding back her concerns about Jinger's lifestyle choices for some time. Though she had watched Jinger make decisions that went against their family's core beliefs, Jana had remained quiet, perhaps out of respect for her sister's autonomy or in an effort to avoid causing tension. But eventually, Jana felt compelled to speak her mind. The confrontation happened during a rare family reunion. Jana and Jinger sat down for what began as a simple conversation, but soon Jana expressed her growing discomfort with how distant Jinger had become from the family's values. Jana admitted that it hurt her to see her sister moving so far away from the principles they were raised on, especially regarding modesty, media, and their shared faith. Jana reportedly spoke with a calm but firm tone, explaining how difficult it had been for her to reconcile the sister she knew growing up with the person Jinger had become. She stressed that while she respected Jinger's choices, she could not pretend to understand or fully accept them. Jana's concerns weren't just about Jinger's choices as an individual, but about how these changes might impact the rest of the family, particularly their younger siblings, who look up to Jinger as a role model. Jinger's reaction, emotions run high. Jinger, known for her openness and vulnerability, was visibly shaken by Jana's words. Tears filled her eyes as she listened to her sister express feelings she hadn't anticipated. It wasn't that Jinger hadn't expected some concern from her family. She knew that her choices were unconventional, given their upbringing, but hearing Jana's disappointment directly from her older sister hit her hard. For Jinger, Jana wasn't just another sibling. She was the sister who had raised her, guided her, and supported her through thick and thin. To hear that Jana was struggling with her choices felt like a heavy emotional blow. Through tears, Jinger explained that she wasn't trying to hurt anyone by her decisions. She expressed how much she valued her family, even though her life had taken a different direction. Jinger also shared how much her new life with Jeremy had helped her grow and develop a personal faith, one that felt more authentic and less tied to the strict rules she grew up with. She pleaded with Jana to try and see that her journey wasn't about rebellion, but about finding her own way to live a life true to herself. A sisterly reconciliation. Despite the tears and the emotional intensity, the conversation ultimately brought the two sisters closer. While Jana didn't agree with all of Jinger's choices, she realized that her sister was on her own path, one that she needed to walk without judgment. In turn, Jinger understood that her choices had ramifications that went beyond her personal life, touching the family she still held dear. By the end of their conversation, the sisters had found a common ground, one rooted in their love for each other. Jana promised to try to be more open-minded, while Jinger reassured her sister that no,